So here we are, folks, in Spencer, Mass, and what we're looking at is a little hay field here, and this is being converted into feed for cows or horses, sheep even. But actually, the big money in the hay is actually hay for horses. Hay is for horses. Tends to be more money in that industry. So we had 3 tractors running this field. We're looking at right now, if I can zoom in on that, is a hay rake. What he's doing is he's putting the grass, which has been cut and tedded. Tedded essentially means fluffed up and spread out so it can dry in the sun. Nice dry air. We've had some great sunshine, and this grass has been able to dry up nicely. So after the tedding, he's raking it into piles. And actually, I'm going to change that. They're not piles, they're rows. They're called the windrows. And those windrows will be scooped up by a baler. And in this particular field, they're not making the small square bales. They're making the extremely large rectangular bales, which you can only really pick these up with a tractor with forks on the loader, and that's what will allow the farmer to move these from the field to a feeding area for their cows. Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful color. Nice looking grass. Haying is a real art and a science. What you're doing is you're capturing the nutrients in the grass. You cut it at the right time with some good dry weather coming. When you cut it, all that nutrition is stashed in the grass, and you've got to dry it up to store it. And then it's really key that it doesn't get wet after you cut that grass. So if you're not paying attention to the weather apps and you end up getting rain on your hay would be quite the rain on your parade, because that hay could be turned into a useless problem for you, actually. And if you didn't acknowledge it as that and you threw it in your barn, that wet hay can actually heat up in the composting process, and then it'll turn into a fire hazard. And barns have been known to actually catch fire in farm country if people had baled their hay just a little bit too soon. Like maybe they didn't give it quite enough drying time on a particular day in the process. Usually from cut to baling, the process is usually 2.5 days. So day 1, cut it. You usually want to get that done in the morning. And you also want to, after you cut it, get out there and ted it, fluff it up. Second day, get out there, ted it again. And the following third day, you would get out there and you put it into windrows. Well, again, those windrows are those long rows of grass that can be scooped up by the baler. And yep, at 2.5, you drive over it with your baler, and boom, voila. There you have it. Something else to do with your grass.